Up 3 on St. Joe's. And congratulations to the St. Joe's women's team. Baylor goes down yesterday. Maryland today, courtesy of the Hawks. Fun times on Hawk Hill. About a 2.5-hour drive. Finishes it off.
I tell you, they really move the ball well. And how impressive is it to have your bigs with the ability to make passes on the interior?
St. Joe's unanswered until that make a moment ago. As a Carl White badly misses. Here comes Wilson. And St. Joe's with the ball, down 4. Jones has 13 points. He's hit a couple of three-pointers. Galloway, there's Roberts. Kicks it back to Jones. Inside of Roberts and knocked away. What a great play.
He's been a difference tonight.
The last 12 points for Florida State, all right around the basket. Just dominating inside. St. Jones, a teardrop. No, Aiken comes down hard.
There. 0 along the baseline, and it leads to the foul situation on the loose ball scrub.
Dumassi gets called for the personal. 18-point lead in the ball for the Hawks. And apparently, Tage under a minute to play in the first half. Take a look at Saunders and how he's basically trying to keep his team in this game. This is the type of offensive set that's driving Phil Martelli crazy in the early season. But sometimes they stand around too much and dribble too much.
Coaches say they didn't buy a ticket to go out and recruit Jonah Travis. Minnesota is a very fertile ground because if you're tall, you're not going to play hockey, and there's only one Division I program in the state in Minnesota. So a lot of schools are finding Minneapolis in that area to be very fertile recruiting ground.
Well, the freshman is on defense right there, also for Minnesota, the reigning Mr. Basketball. Galloway does it all. He's really the Swiss Army knife of this St. Joseph's team. Steals, blocks, and Jones is fouled on his way in.
Can I steal that?
The rebound for St. Joseph's. Wilson looks to push for the Hawks. 6 minutes gone by, opening half, SJU by 5. Now it's Galloway, high on the right wing. In between the rings to Ronald Roberts. Hawks scoring thus far. Galloway with 8, Wilson with 5. Lumpkins with 4, the 8 for American. Shot clock at 16 as Galloway sheds a defender in Daniel Fisher. Coming around a screen, Jones leaves Aiken, corner 3, left side of the rim. Rebound knocked up into the air as much. Left of the lane, Lumpkins with the catch, turns in the lane. A right-hand hook is no good for American. And the rebound down to Roberts, who now has 8 boards. Jones into the front court with the Hawks up by 8. In between the rings, Wilson, and off to Galloway, who ends up being manned by the sophomore John Schoaf. Comes around an Aiken screen, leaves off for Roberts. Jones with the 9 points, steps into the lane, high layup try on the drive for Tay. JU bench, around it comes from Wilson to Aiken. Fakes a dribble handoff, drives around, tries a reverse slam that misses. Roberts tries a dunk that missed. Aiken down though with the board and a fresh 35 for the Hawks.
Phil Martelli just smirks because he says, I can't believe those guys missed 2 near dunks, but they were both hotly contested.
I'm sure that'll be good for a post-game press conference laugh, that's for sure. 4:07 passed here in this second half, and the Hawks again, another shot clock. Roberts going in and off of the feed from left wing.
Galloway and now caught on a switch, and Papa tried to rotate over to Langston's man, but was too late to prevent that 5th 3-point basket of the night for American, but it's in 14 attempts.
59-44. Now a look at a wide open top of the key 3, passed it up. Jones tells now to come to the left wing, sets a screen for Tay Jones, gets it back, now a 3, it's good! The save that actually ended up knocked off of the hands of Bursch. Left to right goes SJU, and now we'll say toward Winfield. As Wilson high on the right wing, backs it out to Jones, gets a screen from Now, doesn't want it, step back Jay off the 3, back of the rim, rebound for Now, couldn't corral the handle.
Villanova jumping against Aiken in red for St. Joe's. And the Hawks come up with it and go to work first.
We match up early. Arcidiacono on Jones. Can he handle him off the bounce?
This is Roberts. Now Galloway. Being guarded by Darren Hilliard. It's a high screen. Here's the matchup Timmy was just talking about. 8 on the shot clock. Jones gets it back with 5, looking to create. Good defense. Kanasevic's going to have to let it go. Beats the shot clock, but nowhere near and coach of the year. And they knock it away. Wilson gets it back to Jones. Phil Martelli calls out the play. Galloway goes to his left. Now Jones going to work on the freshman. Pinkston comes out on him. Now he leaves him alone. Too strong. Good block out there by Villanova.
Javon Pinkston very coachable.
Jones comes right back, rejected by Sutton.
By Jay Wright.
Galloway runs it down. We are under the 15-minute mark here in regulation. Pinkston comes out on Kanasevic. Kanasevic gets it back. 10 to shoot. Galloway. Now 5. Jones is going to have to create. Draws contact. And that is a senior. All even at 42.
Good job by Villanova attacking on the offensive glass, but even better on the retreat, sprinting back, not allowing Jones an angle.
Galloway open for 3. 6.
A nice high-low offense there by Villanova. They haven't played that type of game in a while, but Sutton stepping out in the nice dish down. They give a lot of help on defense. Their concept off the ball is being the paint, being help position, but you can't help on Galloway. He has such a quick release and long arms. You've got to stay attached.
8 to shoot for Jones. He checks it out. Goes away from the screen with 5. The runner, short. Sutton with the rebound. Up ahead to Yakub. That's his move, but he's short there, and Kanasevic with the rebound.
Kind of a force there. Nothing there. They should have swung it back out.
Roberts can't bring it in, but Aiken bails him out. Wilson sets up the offense and gets it over to Kanasevic.
It's a good team. You can go to the well, but you can't go to the well every time. St. Joe's made a good adjustment on defending the low box on that last possession.
Jones over to Aiken. Left open for 3. Naru the rebound.
Staying patient, staying spread, sharing the ball.
And hear the crowd react every time Kanasevic touches the ball. 15 to shoot. Jones left open. Just enough.
Driving kick or a weak side screen.
Jones the pull-up for a long 2. Roberts with the offensive rebound and the bucket. Deal, so a break for the visitors. Hilliard goes for the steal. But Jones gets it back.
Wes Jones said it was called a Villanova possession after Arcidiacono dribbled the basketball, which I'm not sure he did. I think he fumbled it.
Galloway for another 3. Yes, sir.
Pound freshman from the Bronx, New York, who averages just under 3 points a game. Aiken to trigger the inbounds from right of the left basket and gets it into Jones, who had to creep along the baseline. Drives in, leaves for Roberts on the left side, and is fouled. Is Ronald. Shot off the right side. Derek Needham, first bucket of the second half, 18 for him. Fairfield a 5-point cushion. Stag's largest lead has been 8. Aiken, deep right corner, out to Ronald Roberts for St. Joseph's. As the Hawks a tough first half shooting the ball. Roberts left to the lane, leaves out Galloway, ejects corner 3 and hits. Marcus Gilbert with his second 3-point field goal and has 8.
Each time, Matt, that the Hawks have grasped that slim 1-point lead, it's been Gilbert who's answered with wide open and perfect three-pointers. Hawks with a near must-make situation here.
56-54 as it stands. Shot clock exhausted now to 16. Jones getting a screen from Aiken. Drives to the lane and gets hit, trying to lean 4.
A lot of junk being played out there, mostly by Iona. They go 1-3-1 here with their zone. And the Hawks use the opportunity to catch their breath. Gales regain the lead, 25-24.
Tay Jones with a fadeaway jump. So Lowry with his first bucket of this second half. Give him now 14 points on 6 of 13 shooting. 54 apiece. We're knotted again. Left to right go the Hawks. Man to man for Iona. Galloway swings to Jones. Here on the right perimeter. Gets a screen from Aiken. Pulls up on the right wing and knocks it down. A deep 2. Shot clock is at 10. Swings back out. Momo Jones triggers a 3 that's well off the mark. Rebound to Ronald Roberts. Out of the pack. Here comes Chris Wilson. Hawks 2-on-2. They back it out in the person of the sophomore from Fayetteville, North Carolina. 8:23 to go. Hawks by 7 at 72-65. Wilson looking for a Roberts screen. Instead, Ronald rolls into the lane. They back it out to C.J. Aiken, top of the key. Off to Tay Jones, who's manned by Sledge. Gets an Aiken screen. Loses Sledge for a sec, but then back to Aiken. A drive on the baseline, blocking foul points. And that is his first field goal of the second half. 73-68, just a 2-possession Hawk lead.
That's his 5th 3, and the 4th time he's just jacked a rainbow up without any pretense of half-court offense.
Hawk shot clock is at 17. Aiken steps into a right wing shot that's from about 18 feet, was on the line.
Nowhere near having any contact.
Actually,
with
correction,
Jones.
looking at it, it is Wilson. Second one. Coming into the front court after Jones makes both free throws to make it 85-77. It's an 8-point SJU lead. So correction, Chris Wilson charged with the last personal. Galloway between his legs, swings to Tay Jones, high on the right arc. Aiken comes up for a screen on the left side. Instead, Tay Jones goes right baseline, exaggerated step around the freshman English and scores.
Second chance basket for Iona in this second half, but a timely one as they're within 2 full possessions at the 145 mark.
142, 141, counting. Tay Jones coming around an Aiken pick, stops in between the rings. High on the right arc, it's Aiken again. Left-hand dribble, Roberts, off to Jones, jabs right, goes left, accelerated step, has his layup, try blocked. Roberts though a big board and drop.
They're stuck in the mud for a little while, and all of a sudden a burst of offense both ways.
And the DAC pack coming to life. Making a lot of noise. This is going to be a loud venue this afternoon, this evening. And off the steal.
A couple of tough, deep corner shots on step backs. I think that's why Bruiser Flint's got him out for a second here, as if to just say, all right, just calm down a little bit. Don't try to force everything.
Kayvon Allen comes in to replace him. And out Kanasevic, drive and kick, nothing there. Papa now in the game now for St. Joseph's. Neither one of these teams really going to go more than 7 or 8 deep. Long range now on the miss. And Aiken used the long arm, but Kanasevic. Driving down the lane, Tay Jones can't get it to fall. Just deciding where they're placing the basketball for the inbound. Drexel scoreless for the last 4+ minutes. Allowed St. Joseph's to pull its way back into this one as you see the officials for this evening's game. Off the miss. And Drexel can't buy a basket from the outside right now. As we said, they had to be, it was a dangerous situation. This could get away from them.
And this is where they miss Fouch, obviously out with the injury, but also where they miss Sammy Gibbons, the one senior who was a big part of this team last year. He was their best interior scorer. So if you're not making shots from the outside, you can throw it into Gibbons on the low post. Don't have that luxury this year.
Jones. And Roberts really a force now inside.
Points for both on offensive rebounds. Remember, that's the strength of this Drexel team. They got to go try and find some easy shots. wherever they can.
Goran Pantovic with the tip follow. Again, you're at a point right now you've got to figure out a way just to simply get some offense. Galloway from the corner. And Pantovic kept the rebound alive. That timeout, caught for the foul, his fourth, so he sits in foul trouble.
And that was a quick trigger coming out of that play, and that got Bruiser Flint upset as well, compounding the quick shot with the foul. Too important to his team to pick up the fourth foul in that situation.
This is a grinded-out game. And inside, Roberts got good position with his body.
Yeah, nice speed foul at the end. Not knowing time and score situation by Thomas. And from there, they kind of unraveled a little bit.
Off the miss, an offensive rebound and a chance for a reset shot clock for the Hawks. Big time pressure coming from Drexel. And St. Joseph's happy to play keep away. Smart basketball right here. Bruiser Flint telling his team, don't foul now. Going inside, they don't, as Jones misses.
Marshall giving the Hawks a taste of their own medicine. It's SJU in this building that really likes to alley-oop the opposition. Twice he's gone backdoor for the flush.
Hawks are kind of bogged down a little bit now offensively.
Well, we haven't seen much out of this guy, Carl Jones, the senior leading scorer for these guys. And he typically won't go very long without shooting.
Now from the outside, not the shot they wanted.
I love watching him shoot.
From his days at Arkansas, his game high, career high is 51 points in a game. You can see how that would happen. 13 out of 23 combined three-point shooting.
Clark reminds me of one of those guys. You know, he's going to be playing in rec leagues until he's 40, making the same shot.
Aiken made the same.
We had the perfect angle, and it was dead on the whole time.
16 points now for Clark. Right about his average, which is 4th best in the Atlantic 10. That's Aiken on top. Didn't have the right release point on that, and Butler very
A foul after the miss.
And Clark, another move right out of 1945. It's that little flying teardrop off the glass. He's got every shot in the bag. Jones the miss.
They'll come to execute and get good shots late in the game. They've got to do it here.
Their leading scorer has got to get something going, and he tries right there. Chance at a three-point play. Galloway's been very quiet. Cross-court skip pass, a little bit dangerous, but now it's back in Jones' hands. Nothing there. Galloway stepping back with a hand that his face hit it. Standing and screaming sits him right back down. 26 points for Rodney Clark.
Huge shot for the visitors. Forcing the Hawks to answer.
Clark's high for the year was 27 against Illinois in Maui. Well, this is about as good as he has been this year.
It was nice in Philly today, but it wasn't Maui.
On the drive. Oh, it tickled the rim and fell away.
Tight spots, but
it's not going to him. Yep.
Not yet, anyway.
And Barlow missed. The door stays open with 21 seconds to go. Jones, nowhere to let it go.
It's got to go up.
Kanasevic, open three. No good. Roberts back out. Another shot at a three. Kanasevic can't get it to fall. Smith, the rebound. They fight for it on the floor. 2 seconds to go. This one's going to belong.
A gentle giant. Dave, he could be a pro. He's that talented, but he's just kind of laid back.
Reddick's got 6 points, 10 rebounds, coach, in the first half, and that spectacular assist as well. Shot clock turned off. Final 10 seconds, first half from Richmond. Jones hangs and hits. Carl Jones, that's a huge shot. Definition of havoc for Brandenburg. The steal and the finish on the other end. Jones bumped hard and with the English.
A pin. This is about the best I have seen them play so far this year.
These two teams have a recent common opponent, nationally ranked Butler. Both lost to Butler. Penn lost at Hinkle Fieldhouse, and St. Joseph's saw a lead get away in the second half at home on Hawk Hill, as Butler won both those games. And Aiken fouled on the way in. He's going to earn.
Off the pass first, make the defense shift, then put the ball on the deck.
Under 5.5 to go here in the first half. That's Jones. And the rebound down into the hands of.
Their last game against NJIT. In the last 7 games, he's averaged almost 10 points a game.
That's Galloway. Now the shot clock down under 10 for Jones. Roberts knocked away. And now the ball knocked away again. It stays St. Joseph.
It doesn't mean a whole lot right now in this big blowout type situation for St. Joseph's.
Coach Martelli was talking about that they were picked to win the A-10, and he said, you know, with the losses, he's not hitting the panic button. None of his players are shooting the ball until tonight at their career.
St. Joseph's lead is still 21. Hawks trying to get back to the NCAA tournament. Of course, that marvelous team. So 3:35 left to go in this one. And St. Joseph's been through some tough games early here in the season. Getting a chance to put this one away and win their 10th of the year.
I've witnessed some areas of improvement for Penn.
Jones, another two. The lead back up to 21.
Go here in what is the opening half from Hagan Arena.
Second trip of this funky looking zone. It's kind of a 1-2-2. The Hawks have gotten two pretty clean looks from three against it. One by Jones, one by Quarles, but the Hawks 0 of 5 from beyond the arc. And that's part of the problem here thus far, cold shooting for SJU.
They've exhausted the shot clock down to 8 on this possession. Quarles high on the left arc. In between the circles, Jones. Shot clock at 3. Jump pass. Swings Quarles. Left wing 3 is an air ball and a shot clock violation. Turn it on Philadelphia's head weak. It may just very well be that. Beat Temple a couple days ago and now trying to do it to the Hawks. SJU down by 19. 7:30 to go here in the opening half. Bonaventure has stymied the Hawks with their D. Jones curling on the right wing. Doubled for a sec, but then Gathers comes out to play hit. 8 on the shot clock. Nobody really moving for SJU either. Jones, hard cross, gets to the baseline, contact, but lost the basketball.
All about rebounding. Coming off a tough game against St. Bonaventure, where they rebounded against Mark Schmidt's team, all right, but they could not shoot a 3. Hawks were 2 of 22 from three-point range here on Wednesday at home. That cannot happen again for them if they have success. And Jones' 3 has put them halfway there already. 10 to shoot for Jones. Watched by Kristen. Carl Jones in trouble. Needs some help. Steal, Redford.
Yeah, he was weak on that shot, Dave. Short.
Wilson with the left. Gets a roll. It goes straight up and straight out. But Galloway resets. Leads all scorers with 9 on 3 threes.
Great defense by Xavier. Really excellent start the second half.
Jones floats. Wow. Thud way off. Robert strong rebound. Battling. And it goes.
Dallas used, or they did use, all 5 seconds to get that ball in. Here's Carl Jones 0 for 2 so far. Whoa!
Shaved his mustache because Deontay Christmas came back to graduate. You know what, these guys here, I'm sorry.
He hasn't grown it back yet.
He has not. You know, I like him, but he looks younger without it. Both these coaches, you're talking about guys that are in the business for the right reasons. Phil Martelli and Fran Dunphy.
4-point lead so far for Temples. St. Joseph's with the ball. Kanasevic in for the first time for SJU. Shot clock down under 10. Jones puts it on the floor with the 2 on the shot clock. He's fouled going up. Anthony Lee having a little trouble down low, working against C.J. Aiken.
He's having a lot of trouble in this game. These guys are a little bit too physical for him right now.
Look at Tay Jones. He has designs to go right to that corner. And now he'll launch from the corner. I think he wanted to Wyatt against Galloway. Temple 1 for its last 8, making 1 for its last 9. And now St. Joseph's will have the ball with 1.5 to play with a game tied at 64.
Good defense that time on Wyatt. He's made tough ones before. That was a tough shot. I think I'd like to see St. Joseph's attack more because they don't really have a guy that goes off the dribble one-on-one that well.
Here's Jones bringing the defense down. Shot clock at 7 off the screen by Kanasevic. Jones to the basket. St. Joe's in the lead.
I just looked at him and said, pass it. Do something. Just don't travel. Hawks now with a chance to get to at least within 1. Carl Jones getting pressured. Now going to drive. Nice pick. And Jones can't make the most of it. The rebound to Pierre from the far corner. Shot for 3. That is no good. Good job on the rebound by Ronald Roberts Jr.
Well, that was a nice rebound by Ronald Roberts Jr. Went up over top of the Dayton player. Just able to dominate.
And there, Kevin Dillard, 11th in the Atlantic 10 in scoring coming in tonight. Probably doing a nice job to get to the basket. 24-22. Dayton with the lead. Kick it near corner. Here's a shot for 3 off the rim, no good, and then that ball caps off the 3-point play there. It is now tied again, 29-29. That's a senior finding a way to get it done, what Dillard just did.
Absolutely, and not a senior finding a way to get it done against the best shot blocker in the conference. Not just some guy, somebody who blocks shots regularly.
Aiken with a hard pass down. All the way across the court they go, and then that ball gets stolen. Dillard, oh, what a job. But an errant pass there. A lot of contact, and St. Joseph's winds up with the ball.
Great steal by Dillard. Didn't end up well for Dayton, but it was still a great steal to start that process. Helter-skelter, and St. Joseph's ends up with the basketball. 4-point lead. This is a good possession for St. Joseph's to try and get some separation.
Not only get some separation, but another full shot clock, and they're just letting it wind down under 10. Kanasevic with a shot, no good, and a nice shot.
This is Freddie Riley, number 23, due to injury, really has had to step up the off-guard position, missing the jumper there.
Really good defense by Chris Williams. He's had a solid start to this game. Stepped up and hit a 3. Shut down Riley in the paint that time.
Carl Jones knocking down a 3.
So Esho really bothered him on his release, but St. Joe's got to make their move, Mark. Chaz Williams on the bench right now. Carl Jones in the game. Kanasevic in the game. They've got to find a way to put some points on the board.
A very deliberate half-court offense. The Phil Martelli St. Joe's club. The pull-up 3. Down it goes for Carl. Play the 4 as well, and then even sometimes go big.
And this is what they do very well, is get on the point of the press. And at 6'8" with that length really causes problems.
This time Chris Wilson navigating his way across half court. Wilson at 6'3", giving up 5 inches to Esho. 11 minutes to go here in Amherst. Shot clock under 10. Jones stripped from behind by Williams, and Chaz comes up with it. Afternoon and evening for Freddie Riley. Now 4 for 10 from the field. He literally could not miss during practice yesterday and has played so well after Jesse Morgan, their junior guard and number 2 scorer, went down. And Jones hitting a 3. Chaz Williams time.
I would agree. I think he understands when his team needs a bucket in the worst way, he can go and get it.
Lead back to double digits with 4:45 to go. They're looking for Kanasevic, being guarded by Samson Carter. Kanasevic on that three-point line was looking for contact, didn't get the call. Here comes you.
Saw him. Be trailing.
There's Derek Williams on the dribble drive. Anthony with his drive off the glass, no good. I thought Tay Jones waited a little too long, but he found Kanasevic. He sweeps his way to the basket. (24-23), Richmond on top by 1.
Sometimes that skip pass over the defense can give you the kind of space that you want.
Jumper no good. Sparrow with the rebound.
Which is using terrific ball movement and player movement, their specialty in the half court. And I think if Richmond can continue to break the pressure, they'll get even easier baskets.
Jones moves to his second half. Both teams come in 4 and 5 in the Atlantic 10. When Jones may have been called for a traveling violation.
Coaches call those manufactured points. They diagram plays. Players make baskets. The diagram worked to perfection.
Tyreek Durham with 21 and a traveling violation on finger roll.
Nobody stopped the ball for St. Joe's. He gets really nice penetration, Tyreek Durham, and then just finished with the finger roll.
Difficult shot clock. Ramon Galloway with a ball fake. The floater is good.
Oh, shot. I think he got popped in the face.
Yep.
Right after he released the ball.
9 points for Ramon Galloway. Aggressively to the basket, short. Was
to do every game.
Yeah. Hawks in a hurry. Baseline shot was short. Ramon Galloway went up.
Chris Wilson really telegraphed that play. Guarino, right place, right time, and a quick finish. Some SJU turnovers on recent trips. Like this
Speaking
one.
of which, over and back inside in good position for an easy 2.
GW got back in the game with the trapping zone, gave up some threes, and is now, with the score manageable, back in the more preferred man-to-man set.
Jones off balance, can't get it, and Armwood a one-handed. Roberts on the bench. The Hawks have to be careful here. Got to get control of this game back underneath their feet. And underneath, that shot won't fall. Probably not the right take in that. We're sitting out of that timeout, but after getting the steal, getting within 8, it's like Mike Lonergan needs to feel like he's going to the accelerator here. He gets him right back in.
Nice press break there for St. Joseph's. Tay Jones, though, not quite the passing angle to throw it up for C.J. Aiken, who was looking for another one of those lobs.
Aiken has been all but silent here in the second half. Jones on the run, blocked away. Larson the same, but right back.
Coach in the A-10. He's seen a lot in this league.
Martelli actually said St. Louis, this team is better than any team he's ever seen in the A-10, including his team that went 27-0. That's big.
Inside, low, is stuffed by Kanasevic. Jones. Kanasevic on low. The quicker man jumps down to Roberts. Jordan Jet down to Evans. He'll take that jumper. Can't get it to go. Roberts the rebound.
A little alligator arm on that for Evans. He used the backboard, just didn't get it high enough.
Jones down to Roberts, and he is fouled.
Well, if you believe that saying about the first 5 minutes in the second half, you got to be pretty happy of how St. Louis has come. A little bit more room so that Kanasevic can't get in the lane. So earlier in the game where Kanasevic had 2 driving assists where he drove and dished.
Dumps down to Aiken. Great.
You know, and this year they have the A-10 legends. For St. Joe's, it's Mike Banham. And for St. Louis, Anthony Bonner. I watched Anthony Bonner play. Hit over 1,900 points. He's a great player in the NBA.
Jones gets him up in the air. Short. Roberts kept it alive. Kanasevic. Ellis for 3. Jones, his first hoop of the night. Everything going right for St. Louis right now.
Evans has taken over this game for St. Louis.
Roberts with another.
Down for Tay Jones, and the Hawks get their second trip with this offense. They're coming in 67 points in a contest, but held to just 53 the other night in the loss to SLU. Jones had his layup blocking, and there was nowhere to go but up. 4 for Thomas, 10-4 in favor of St. Joseph's. 7:46 past here opening half. Left corner, Tay Jones, 6 of the 10 for SJU. One hands Galloway, triple threat position. Comes around the right-hand side, is double teamed right side of the perimeter. Back around it comes, Tay Jones. Double team, steps through, crossover dribble. Can't lose his man, now does. Off balance, Jay grazes rim. Rebound pulled down Roberts, knocked it off. It's Wilson up in the air. Thomas, kick out 3, in and out. Rebound down into the arms of Papa Now. Up ahead comes SJU quickly. It's Jones, now Galloway, Wilson, and Roberts. Now with a catch on the left wing from Jones. Brings it to the foul line, hesitates, pulls up and hits. Papa Now. And it just leveled out. Now 8 of 24. That's nothing to write home about as Leonard tries to turn left block and has his shot blocked from behind. But at one point they were 0 of their first 7. And it might have even been worse than that, but 0 of 7 is what I can recall.
Yeah, the Hawks started 0 of 8, Fordham 0 of 9.
And since then, 8 of their last 16. Jones driving left side lane and rises for the layup. Jim, as he makes 1 of 2 here by playing there in high school, ended up there in a triple overtime game at Christ the King High School. Kanasevic off the feed from Jones. 2 hands. Also recruited by UMass and URI to add to that A-10 list, and misses the free throw pretty badly. Going to contend that he has probably the ugliest free throw stroke in the league. He's up there a la Bill Cartwright of the old-time Chicago Bulls. 3:35 past here, second half, 45-27. And by old time, obviously we mean early 90s. It's scary to say. Kanasevic gets the ball deep under the basket. Right.
Anybody in that spot in Brooklyn, because I just think the Billikens are going to be pretty tough to beat in that tournament.
Well, and if you want to talk about anybody that's been dominant over the course of this Atlantic 10 regular season, Billikens obviously being the first place team, but just their style of play as well, putting them in the forefront of the conversation.
Well, Butler and VCU have both taken their turn being dominant, but for the last month or more, it's been all St. Louis.
Hawks by 19, shot clock winding down, now took a deep 3 from the top. And St. Bonaventure looking like it's going to take care of the aforementioned Charlotte 49ers. Out of this timeout, free throw missed by Fordham and Ryan Rooms. Rebound down to SJU. 3:15 to play. Miles looking for the high-low with Kanasevic. One hands to Tay Jones for St. Joseph's. Comes around a screen from Kanasevic. Tay driving, baseline. Tries to throw the pass to the middle. Miles, it's in 20-12. Make it actually 14.
Yeah, the scoreboard's really slow tonight.
And I don't think, did they add both of those, or did he only?
I thought he made them both.
Thought he made them both. Instead, though, 20-13, what the scoreboard says. Jones tries an 18-footer for what ails you. For the Hawks, fifth three-point field goal of the night tonight. Malisevich tries a right wing three, misses that for Rhode Island. Rebound down to Ronald Roberts. Into the backcourt, Langston Galloway. Out there with Roberts, Jones, Quarles, and Kanasevic. Galloway one hands to Kanasevic, off to the left wing. Jones comes around a Kanasevic screen. In between the circles, Ronald Roberts. Unsure of what to do with it. With 15 to shoot, gets it back out in between to Halil Kanasevic. Danny Hurley furious at his squad. Jones tries a left wing three. That's the front, the back, and no. Rebound down.
High ball screen, look for the big guy, trail him down the lane, guy open at the arc.
Now Roberts, difficult pass, got away with it. Jones, quick roll to the basket. Roberts lays it up too strong, tapped it up, no good. For the season, they were best in that category. Tyrone Garland rims it in and out. He hasn't been able to find his stroke since coming off the bench. A true Philadelphia game, as Phil Martelli told us. Half the tickets to the St. Joe's fans and the other half to the LaSalle fans. Langston Galloway on the kick to Aiken. Better than 8,700 jammed into this historic venue. It opened in 1927. 5 on the shot clock. Langston Galloway's going to have to force something up here, a fadeaway that's off the back iron. And out of bounds, last touch by Steve Zack.
Those are taught now. Rhythm, speed, balance, quickness. You can't interrupt that. As soon as you make contact to try and disrupt this dribble, it's an automatic whistle.
Well,
offensive foul.
A guy named Lance McAllister back in Cincinnati. Huge X fan. Said that's my favorite player. When that guy's shooting well, our team is really good. Redford got his feet set. He's 1 for 1.
Tops on the team, 44% from three-point range. And Xavier is back on top. Jones guarded by D. Davis. Here's a three from Chris Wilson. Justin Martin, Musketeers.
Well, he wants to be a sportscaster on TV when he's done. He keeps shooting it like that. He may be playing a long time.
We'll have to ask him if he likes our calls after this one.
Absolutely. Any tips you can give us, Brad?
Does that okay? Those 2 threes you knocked down the first half. He's helped Xavier out to a 2-point lead. There's a three from Kanasevic. And a deflection out into the hands of Galloway.
By Redford, get it up on the window before the shot blocker got there.
Already over his average, 7.4 coming in. He's gained a lot of confidence the last couple of weeks for the Musketeers. Foul. Jones to the Xavier by 2 still. Chris Wilson. Tough interior pass knocked away by Fillmore, but still retained by the Hawks. Good look at the three for Chris Wilson, and he connects.
Nice job.
Making a big jump from his freshman to sophomore year. Martin averaging under 3 points a game last year, almost at 8 points a game this season for Xavier. Shot clock inside 10. Carl Jones. Foul. John Martin hit a big three-pointer to tie the game. Now Xavier's on a run with a 6-point lead. It's a 13-2 run. Just under the last 4 minutes.
Missed Kanasevic on the block there. He had a really good opportunity and they didn't throw it inside. At the low post, Kristen gets a hand in. Kanasevic loses the basketball, and it's a layup at the other end.
The drought continuing for St. Joe's. 3.5 minutes without any points. And it's the largest lead of the night for Xavier at 8. Jones hounded deep. Long three, Galloway, walk out, nice shot.
From Kanasevic, 6 assists, has been a huge key of why their offense has started to flow better.
3-point Hawk advantage. Jones slipping through. Oh, you take it. They've done that.
They get that from Javante Reddick. That is huge. Not only his inside play, but also those little mid-range jumpers. VCU 3 of 4 to start the game. Daniels out on Chris Wilson. Theus is covering Carl Jones. That's an important matchup. Brandenburg is on Langston Galloway.
I think Wilson is the key to this game along with Kanasevic, because Wilson, when he plays well as a point guard and doesn't turn the basketball over, it really allows Jones to get more involved in the game.
Ronald Roberts at the scorers table for St. Joseph's. He'll check in at the next stoppage of play. Hawks 3 of 6. Kanasevic for 3. It pinballs around. That's not
no fouls. I mean, that's unusual for him at this time of game. He's got to step over and take that charge.
VCU has led the entire ball game. The higher seed has trailed for less than 1 minute of the 102.
They still get an easy basket.
How about that? Weber was looking at Reddick, and he passed it off to Graham, who laid it in for a 13-point game.
Young kids, you got to know, when you take the ball to the middle, that gives you balance, gives you options.
And another steal by VCU. Here's
so Galloway will inbound it. Second team all-league in the A-10, and the drive inside is missed. Obekpa comes up with it. St. Joe's makes 7 a game. We talked about that, but they're 6 of 9. That's a high percentage.
St. John's going to have to continue to put the pressure on, create turnovers, and try and get those turnovers converted into points. In the first half, they had 10 points off turnovers.
Oh, blow-by move.
Whether or not that's an appropriate criteria, but they have followed it to the letter year after year after year.
You were smiling in the picture there just a moment ago. I'm fascinated by the last 4 in. That was the one I was looking at every night. Who's in, who's out? There's always 8, 10, 12 teams who have to be sitting there on pins and needles as the nights go on.
And then it comes down, though, by late Saturday night or Sunday morning.
Running in the open floor, not assuming anything by Sampson, who could have just assumed that Garrett was going to finish that. Instead, he followed it up. Got some symmetry working. 4 field goals in each half for his 16.
Under 10 minutes to go, and a back-to-back turnover.